It's not often that a movie has the ability to make you laugh, to make you cry, to reach into your soul and make you feel the whole spectrum of human emotions. But what happens when these things go terribly, terribly wrong? This is what could have been. The story of the greatest cop story ever told, period. I then sat down with the cast and crew of this troubled production just days before their world broadcast premiere. And this is their story. So, tell me, Alistair, I've always been kind of wondering, how did this story come about? Like, was your inspiration, your motive behind this movie?
Well, if I remember at the time, I was working on a production actually with Fred Savage. I was trying to convince him to reprise his role in the Wonder Years, but this time we were going to do things a little differently. We were going to film it on Australia. And if I remember correctly, instead of a normal narrator, we were going to actually have a talking kangaroo do the narration. But for some reason, that never really took off. So after the studios, of course, rejected the idea, I found myself completely smashed. Just smashed on top of this tall building. I don't know what I was doing there. I don't know why I was all the way up there. But all of a sudden, these two cop cars emerged amidst the shadow. See, I'm painting a picture here. There was no shadow, but realistic shadow in my brain.
For image sake,
yes,
of course.
Yes. These two cop cars emerged, and out the car came a clean-faced rookie and a wily-faced vet. Hair everywhere. You could tell he was working hard on this case. And really, that's where I got the story from. That's where the first ideas came about from that happening.
So from what I understand and what I've kind of heard is the story's about a rugged old cop about 6 days from retirement, and he gets put on the case, an old case of his old partner's murder, who just so happens to be the rookie cop's father, who just so happens to be his new partner. Now, there's also a love triangle between the only woman cop on the force. You know, she's obviously strong and sexy. You know, she falls for the main character. And then there's, of course, the angry cop administrator, who's always trying to, you know, take away their badges, and some hilarious scenes there. Does that pretty much sum it up for you there?
Yeah, exactly. That's
well, you can call me crazy, but don't you think that's a little stereotypical? I mean, isn't that every single element in every single ever cop movie ever made?
Well, yes, but if you look at it this way, have you ever seen all of those elements combined into 2 hours and a half of non-stop, full throttle entertainment? You ever seen 2.5 hours of that? No, you haven't. You haven't seen it. So
what I'm trying to
no, you haven't seen it. So why don't you leave your smart-ass questions at home and leave it up to the big boys?
Despite the excitement and zealous of Al Henshaw, the production seemed doomed from day one. The sets weren't built, the actors would quit without notice, causing extras to step into supporting roles with less than a day's notice. And those gunslinger mustaches weren't fooling anyone. Hidden cameras have been able to show us the cast and crew at some of their most frustrating moments.
All right. You all know why you're here today. This is the meeting before we start to shoot the greatest cop story ever told, period. Now, you guys should feel very privileged for being here. I actually handpicked all of you, except for you. But I hope you don't make the coffee, because it's terrible. Anyways, this is the greatest cop story ever told. Pretty much, it's summed up in the title what this movie's all about. It's the greatest cop story ever told. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Period. That's why I threw it in there. That's why I threw it in the title. Now, I want to be on the same level with you guys. All right? I want you to not only consider me your director, but I also want you guys to consider me a friend. So, before we start this little meeting, are there any questions, problems, concerns amongst you guys? We'll start with you.
This movie is supposed to be set in the 70s.
Yeah.
However, the police are driving a 96 Neon.
What's your name?
Mark.
What do you do here, Mark?
I'm the set director, actually.
Not anymore.
Been a pleasure working with you.
Doors that way. Now, are there any other questions, problems, or concerns before we get rolling? Excuse me. Hello? Yeah. No. Okay. No, I'm sure they won't mind. That's not a problem at all. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear that. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I got some good news. Today you guys are going to be working for free. So I don't know why you're sitting around. Let's get to work. No, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. You. It's time for a little meeting here, all right? I've noticed you've been dogging it actually pretty much all day. No, I don't want to hear excuses. I'm not here to hear excuses, guys. I'm here to make film, and I'm here to make a movie, all right?
I'm sorry.
Remember your character. What is your character? You're the clean-faced rookie. This man, right here, just murdered your father months ago. Brutally,
I know.
savagely murdered your father. I don't know what's going on with you. You're supposed to be the rugged cop. You just got called back to the case from retirement. I don't see any ruggedness in your face. Show me the rugged face. Abernoth.
Yes?
You are so evil that you eat babies for breakfast. If you'd look the devil right in the eye, you'd win in a staring contest. And I want to see that fire look in your eyes. We're going to do it again. Hold my coffee. And we are going to do this over, and we are going to get it right. I mean it.
My face!
Have it up! Have it up! Have it up! Go, cops!